Paying back your debt is a load of shit. Let me show you very quickly how you can go about not paying back any debt on your home loan, so the home that you live in, and how that is going to equate to you actually paying off your home a whole lot quicker. So if you do the most common thing, what is the most common thing? You buy a home for $1 million and you put down a 20% deposit, which is $200,000, and you buy a home, $1 million, and you go, wow, I've now got a home. You don't have a home, you have a debt. One that's not tax deductible. Now, if you do the most common thing, now side note, if you do the most common thing is you end up broke. You end up with one paid off home by the time you're 65 and you go, hooray, we've got a home. That's not financial freedom. So don't do that, do this instead. If you want, you don't have to do anything. Most common thing is you buy the $1 million property. You put a 20% deposit down on that property. You have an $800,000 loan. By the way, how cool are these Sharpies that we now have? We have a whole bunch of them right here, which I'll be using in some of these videos. Rather than doing what most people do, which is, let's put $1,000 a month off this property, which is $12,000 a year, $12K a year. Over 10 years, that is $120,000 per year. Right, you follow me? So over 10 years, you've paid off $120,000 off your principal. That means that there's a lot more years to pay off the entire home, right? That's, these days it's going to take you 30 plus years to pay off a home. Rather than putting an extra $1,000 a month, $1,000 a month into your home loan and trying to pay that off, what if you did something else? What if I told you that if you removed, let me get my red Sharpie here. If you want to get Sharpies, Office Works, the best place to get Sharpies. Why don't you remove the $1,000 a month that you're now putting into your home loan, the $800K. Let's assume that you've still got borrowing, okay? Let's assume that you can still go out and you can go and buy $500,000 property. The $1,000 a month that you would be putting into your home, you change it to an interest-only loan. You just pay the bare minimum on your home loan. I know, crazy. All we get told, you need to pay off your home. Agree, there's just a better way to do it. Let's assume that you can buy a $500K property. You've then used that $1,000 a month to take care of the asset, because today you buy a property which is $500, you'll achieve roughly $500 a week in rent. You've got mortgage, you've got insurance, you've got utilities. The property will probably cost you about $1,000 a month, which again is $12,000 a year. So same thing here, right? Instead, what you're doing is you're allowing investing and compounding to do the work for you. Rather than putting $12K a year of your hard-earned money, what you do is you let this property grow. Now, even if this property grew to, the average, 7% is the average of the last 100 years in Australia. Even if this property grew by 7% over the next 10 years, that property would be worth 10 years, 7% growth, 983 point something. I'll put this in very, very simple terms because you're costing yourself a lot of money by doing this. Is $483,000 in 10 years. Which, if we look over here, in 10 years we've paid off 120K. In 10 years, we've just 4x that by buying one property. Side note, 7% is the average. You work with Fresh Start Advisory, we're averaging 4 times that as well. So that's 24%, which is not 4x. 4x would be 28%. You get my point. You can achieve this in 5 years, 6 years, which means that you can achieve this and 4x this amount, this 120,000, in 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. Then what you do Again, if the goal is to pay off your home, your big $1 million scary $800,000 loan, which you have not touched now for 10 years, you sell this asset. And yes, for all you gurus out there, you are going to have to pay capital gains tax. Very, very bad. But on $483,000, because we've held the property for longer than 12 months, you're going to get a 50% discount. So you're going to pay $483, 50%, you're going to be paying $200. You'll be paying tax on $241.5K. You'll be paying tax on 47 cents on the dollar. So you'll be paying, with my quick maths, 120K, roughly 110K. 110K in tax. 481 minus 110, I'm using my brain here, 370-ish. So now the big question goes to you, which one is better? $370,000 straight off your home loan, or $120,000 straight off your home loan in 10 years? For watching this 5-minute video, you've just learned how to 3x or almost 4x how to pay off your home that much quicker. It's pretty simple. Again, me personally, I would never get into an asset that's going to have $800,000 worth of loan, or never get into a home, excuse me. So that's the first mistake. But if you have already made that mistake, rather than putting extra funds into that and using your hard-earned cash to actually pay off your home, you're so much wiser. I've just literally proven it to you. You're so much wiser doing it by just investing in another property, if you have the capability to. And again, you do this times 2, surprise, surprise, we're already at 750K. Holy shit. If we buy 2 properties, 2 investment properties, we can pay off our $800,000 loan in 10 years. So we can time warp all the way back to 1980, which it took, back in the day, 1980, roughly 10 years to pay off a home. In 2025, you can time warp yourself all the way back to the future, back to 1980, to do the exact same thing today. All by investing wisely, as opposed to doing what every other broke person does, and that's just buy the home and pay it off and then go, holy shit, we've paid off a home. It's a crock of shit. Hope that helpful. Not bad with the maths. That's how you do and pay off your home 4 times faster in today's society.